Imagine walking directly into a severe blizzard, or trying to cross a scorching desert wearing only jeans and a t-shirt. Without the right protection, the elements would overwhelm you in a matter of hours. As humans, we solve this by packing specialized gear. We put on heavy, insulated winter coats, or we load up our backpacks with extra water bottles before a hike. Plants and animals face those same brutal environments, but they can't pack a bag. Instead, their physical bodies change to fit the environment around them. This built-in survival gear is called adaptation. An adaptation is a specific physical feature, like a change to a plant's leaves, an animal's skin, or even their behavior, that helps them survive in their specific surroundings. This physical equipment is what allows life to take hold in places that would otherwise be impossible to inhabit. Take a pond or a lake. If a land-dwelling organism stays in the water too long, its tissues will quickly begin to rot or drown. This botanical illustration of a lotus plant shows a specialized solution. The plant works like a botanical raincoat. It has broad, round leaves coated in a waxy layer that repels water, and hollow, flexible stems that allow it to float on the surface. For animals living fully submerged, we see built-in scuba gear. This fish extracts oxygen directly from the water using gills and relies on a streamlined body and fins to cut smoothly through strong underwater currents. Now compare that aquatic life to a place with virtually zero water and intense heat. In this photograph of an Arizona desert, you can see how a cactus survives. It modifies its leaves into sharp thorns to prevent precious moisture from escaping, and uses a thick green stem to store whatever water it can find. Desert animals have their own specialized toolkits. In this photo of a camel, look at its physical proportions. Its long legs keep its vital organs elevated away from the scorching heat radiating off the sand, and it walks on heavily padded feet designed to prevent sinking into the soft dunes. Every organism we see in the wild represents a body shaped by the specific demands of its home. We see this structural engineering in freezing climates too. This photo shows several coniferous pine trees heavily coated in snow. Notice how their branches slope downward, creating a conical shape. This structural slide allows heavy snow to fall right off, preventing the branches from snapping under the weight. Animals in these regions need extreme protection. This aerial view of a polar bear shows how its thick fur provides heavy insulation against the cold. At the same time, its white coloring acts as camouflage, allowing it to blend into the ice while stalking prey. Adaptations also dictate what an animal is physically capable of eating. In this photograph of East African lions, you can observe the powerful muscle structure and sharp teeth, designed specifically for catching moving prey and tearing flesh. Every physical detail you see in nature, from the waxy surface of a leaf to the sharpness of a predator's tooth, is a direct solution to a biological problem. With millions of these unique biological blueprints across the globe, scientists needed a way to track and study them all without confusion. The answer is classification. This is a global scientific filing system that groups living things based on their similarities and differences. This diagram shows how the system is structured. It operates on a strict hierarchy. It starts very broad at the top with a massive category called a kingdom, and then gradually narrows down through phylum, class, order, family, genus, until it isolates one specific species at the bottom. Filtering an organism down through these layers gives scientists a clear, specific path to identify any living thing on the planet. Classification takes the overwhelming volume of the natural world and turns it into a structured, searchable catalog. But even with a structured catalog, local languages vary widely. A single bird might have 10 different names depending on the country you visit. Scientists needed one universal name tag for every living organism. To do this, they use a standard two-part naming system. Like a first and last name, every organism is identified by its genus and its species, a method scientists call binomial nomenclature. Take a look at this botanical illustration of a bright red hibiscus flower. Under this system, no matter what local language you speak, this exact plant is universally recognized as Hibiscus rosa sinensis. The system applies to all life, regardless of size. This photograph shows a massive fruit-laden mango tree. While entirely different from a small flower, it is identified using the same two-part structure, Mangifera indica. This naming convention ensures that researchers across the globe are speaking the same language when they discuss biodiversity. How did these specialized plants and animals come to exist? This is Charles Darwin. He figured out the mechanism behind these adaptations. He observed a process called natural selection. Organisms born with the most helpful characteristics are the ones most likely to survive their environments. Because they survive, they pass those winning physical traits on to the next generation. Through natural selection, adaptation ensures that life continues to survive the harshest conditions, while classification organizes our understanding of that massive, sprawling family tree. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about how the natural world works, please like, share, and subscribe. The variety we see today is the result of millions of years of physical problem solving. It is a process that continues to shape every living thing on Earth.